Jasmine, it's here. Jasmine, it's here.
Is it?
Yes.
This is exciting. Let's go. Want to see?
I want to see. This morning, team, a package that we've been waiting for a couple of weeks now has just turned up. It's a prototype bag for Hustle. Basically, it's like the outline of a bag that we want to have. We found the manufacturers for. And then obviously we'll add all the Hustle details, the patches, the cool zips, maybe tweak it a little bit depending on if we like certain bits and other bits, but we need to have a look at it. So hopefully it's not terrible, because when something arrives from China, it's like a box of chocolates. You never know which one you're gonna get.
Yeah, it could literally be like 5 centimetres
Wow, you look
tall.
gorgeous today, look at you.
Thanks, I've got to catch the train in 20 minutes, so let's make this snappy.
It's even got the Chinese barcode on it.
Oh, I mean, that is smaller than I was expecting.
Yeah, me too.
Can you imagine it? They're like miniature bags.
Oh, it was like pass the parcel. You open the first layer. Yeah, pass the parcel. I'll open the second layer. Oh my god. There's a blooming third layer.
Hey, it comes back to me.
Oh no, what's going on? Yep, there's definitely a third layer. I'm so disappointed. Ta-da!
Oh no.
Oh no, there's a fourth. Takes me back to the party days. Mr. Jasmine Caborn.
Wow, they've really messed that one up.
Mr. Jasmine Caborn. Oh no, they're both in it. Yeah, this video just hopped from Jazz and I to just me. I had to go and drop her. She's gonna go see a friend. Hustle made tactical backpack. First view, first sample. With this, I didn't want the backpack to be too big, but I also don't want it to be too small. So this is kind of like a sizing thing. I want it to be able to hold my lifters, my rope, maybe a spare pair of shoes and a towel, a mobility thing, but kind of nothing else. You don't want like the huge bags. Everyone says like Jasmine, you know, like how Jazz looks when she wears a bag. But you also don't want it too small that you can't fit anything in it. We kind of need to test it. So I'm gonna do a what's in my gym bag and transfer it over to this bag. We're looking at different colors too. This one's a sand one. This is half the fun. I love creating products and I love being able to take you guys on the journey with us. It's kind of just like, it's just freaking cool. Grips, 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 grips. Tape, wallet. My bag is useless, honestly. Jazz and I's rope. Old pair of Beats for on the road editing. Battery chargers 1, more tape. Battery charger 2, lens, longer lens, knee sleeves, hair product. I didn't even know that was in there. Mobility ball, wrist wraps. That is what's in my gym bag. So when it's on my back, it doesn't actually look that big. But look what I managed to put in it. Compartment number 1. Knee sleeves. Pair of running shoes. And a pair of lifters. Compartment number 2. My laptop. Headphones and chargers. Battery packs, lenses. Front compartment at the top. It's good for mobility ball, tapes, and wallet. And then the bottom compartment at the front. A couple of skipping ropes, a couple of grips. I'm gonna say it, team, but first time sizing, we've nailed it. I also absolutely love the design. So just with the Hustle tags and the Hustle patch and like sewn on Hustle bits here maybe. I think we got our tactical backpack. Now I just need to put everything back in my bag. I realized something when looking back at just the last couple of minutes. I edited it this morning just because I wanted to get ahead of the day. Go me. But I realized that I really liked the bag. Like that was super, that was the first 4 minutes of a video talking about a bag. Thanks to the people that stuck through that and are here to see the real content. Today you'll not be disappointed because we've been joined by special guests. Today on the news we have been joined by Mikey Steele, the GOAT, Rich Froning, and GOAT number 2, Matt Fraser. I kind of got bored of just the plain backdrops, so I thought every episode we might just bring on a couple of guests. How do you feel about that, Mikey? Exactly. Today we have a lot of news to get through, and I mean the first part is Dave Castro is back pulling deadlifts on Instagram. We all know what happened when he tried to pull a really heavy weight off the floor. Previously, I mean, when you're one of the people that is really high up in CrossFit and everyone complains about your form, probably shouldn't do And if you do, just don't post it on YouTube. But you know what? This one looked a little better. £400 by Dave Castro. Not bad. Look at the size of them quads. He's on steroids. He's got to be on steroids. The second part of today's news surrounds the qualifiers of the Waterpalooza and the Dubai Fitness Championships. We have the unofficial qualifying athlete list. When we're looking at the Waterpalooza side, it's the top 20 athletes, and out of the top 20 athletes for the males, we have one previous games athlete, and for the females, one previous games athlete. That's because of all of the invites. I'm sure when we have the final list, we'll have a lot more games athletes in there, but taking first place for the males was Norman Woodring. What a name. Norman Woodring. 2017 and 2018 regional athlete. And for the females, Danny Spiegel, again, a 2017 and 2018 regional athlete. So good caliber athletes. Danny Spiegel has a great transformation. Speaking of transformation, have you ever seen those Halloween costumes of the kids that wear like the Transformer costumes? They're freaking insane. I want one of those. But if we're looking at the Dubai side of things, we have 17 out of the 37 qualifying males as previous games athletes, and 14 out of the 37 females. It's going to be an insane one to watch. You're going to be there, Matt Fraser. What have you got anything to say about it?
Yeah, so I get asked that a lot of, the hard work pays off.
Hard work pays off. Any advice?
Have your bigger goal in mind all the time. Never forget what your bigger goal is.
Always look at the bigger picture. This is a definite notable mention for this part. Laura Horvath continues kind of her dominant reign and just shows how world class she is within these qualifiers by finishing first in 3 out of the 5 qualifiers and not finishing outside the top 7 with the caliber athletes that are in these qualifications. It's freaking insane. She's so good. So good. So good. She's so good. Makes me feel bad about myself. Right, I'm going to take a quick break from the news now and show you a couple of things on the internet that I like this week. And this week is going to be animals. First off though, Paddy McGuinness playing golf.
A lovely little 5-iron on the ocean course, Portugal.
Here's a video of the CrossFit community eagerly awaiting and expecting the rulebook for 2019. We think it's coming, but we still don't see it. Dog is asleep and gets woken up by Rich Froning. ROMWOD has now been taken to another level, and they have dogs as demonstrators. Accurate depiction of how much we actually enjoy swimming as CrossFit athletes has been announced via video. And also, dog does the food dance. Can you imagine that being your dog? I would not let it in just because, I mean, look how it goes back and forth. Jacob Hepner's dog Winston the Corgi over the last couple of months has grown wings and learned to fly.
I believe I can fly.
And to finish off, if you feel a bit fluffy this autumn and you don't like cardio that much because we're in the off season, you're not alone. Right, today, last bit of news, and it's brought to you by me giving you the news. Cheers. This last bit of news is probably quite upsetting for a lot of the CrossFit community, including myself. Over the last week, BoxRocks and the Morning Chalk Up have confirmed that there has been a mass firing at CrossFit HQ and more towards their media team again. According to BoxRocks, an anonymous source has revealed to us more members of the CrossFit media team have been fired, including top members Marston Sawyers and Herb Buchanan. Now, if you don't know who those two people are, they are probably two of the most influential people on YouTube and have created the best CrossFit videos on YouTube ever. The Road to the Games series, the ones that get hundreds of thousands of views and you wait on every single year frantically, and when they upload it, you're like, yes! This is sick content for 40 minutes, covering all of the best athletes, and the production quality and everything is on a level that's like up here. or here. You know, that level. My videos are like Mikey. We're getting there, but we're not quite there yet. Still a bit of work to do. Sorry, Mikey. That's kind of bad of me. He knows I love him. In a quotation from an anonymous source, it said the rest of the department got fired today. Some have until November the 21st and others till December the 1st, and others were let go today. Marston and Herbert. That's really hard to say. They sound like Marston and Herbert sound like it sounds like a TV show. There you go, guys. If you are watching this video, please do start a YouTube channel. You have all the contacts to the athletes, you have the skills. You'll make a hell of a career out of YouTube. Call it the Marston and Herbert show. But both guys were very instrumental in creating the Redeemed and Dominant movies. But anyway, Herbert Cannon took to Instagram and said this. He did like a huge rant. He said, I've separated ways with CrossFit. CrossFit had a different vision for how they wanted the story of CrossFit to be told. They made big changes in July and August, and I was surprised I wasn't let go when the new discussion was laid out. I'm too busy doing awesome things to be bitter, but my heart goes out to all those affected by recent changes. Within his rant, he said, which I freaking love as a video maker, and it's the one thing I stand by. I've followed one rule: only to tell stories I want to hear told, or make movies I want to see. Now I've been given all the freedom to tell whatever stories I want. That YouTube channel may be coming.
Their hard work pays off.
Also, Marston took to Instagram and basically explained kind of the same thing, but if you look underneath the photos of both of them, the level of athletes that comment on the people that they've worked with and affected over the last 9 years, it's an incredible list. And support came from practically every single CrossFit Games athlete. So hopefully we'll get a hell of a lot of footage in the future. And this separation from CrossFit may just give them the freedom to create absolutely epic things, insane videos, and kind of like become filmmakers of CrossFit, but without titling it CrossFit. However, it was pretty sad reading this comment where someone asked, are you going to be able to do anything with this year's footage? And Mars replied, not looking like it, even though it's all been shot. So we may see a third party come in and still create that stuff. Also, if we're looking at it from an outsider view and someone that watches this vlog and maybe has access to the journal, are you still going to be using the journal? Because I know a lot of people went there just for the behind the scenes content. I wonder how much this is going to have an impact. Apparently there will be no more update show. Rory McKernan, one of my favorite people in CrossFit that I've met, super cool dude. Sean Woodland and Tommy Marquez, not 100% sure what's going on with those guys, but I'm going to miss seeing them on my YouTube screen because their update shows, just, you know what it felt like watching those guys? It was kind of like the community. You know, they were kind of the three figures that the community kind of just looked at with Boz, and you felt like a part of something when they went through update shows. So it's going to be sad to see that gone. Morning Chalk Up actually spoke to CrossFit CEO Jeff Chain, and he said today's layoffs redirect resources and attention to CrossFit's essential business activities, training and affiliation, in order to make further headway as the world's leading health and fitness company. And in multiple conversations over the past few weeks, including several where they were up at CrossFit HQ with both Glassman and Kane last weekend, HQ's reconstruction is part of a broader effort to go all in on training and growing the brand internationally. It's also an opportunity for other broadcasters, media personalities, and reporters to step in and fill these media gaps. Basically, what they're saying is they want to upscale the business, and to do that, they're going to outsource the broadcasting for the main things. I had a very brief chat with Dubai Fitness Championships about maybe going over there. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen. But it looks like each event has their own broadcasting team, their own personalities, and they let in who they want to stream it how they want and to produce content how they want. So we could actually see some epic content come out of each one of these events and CrossFit itself, but it's just kind of figuring out where it's going to be. Recently, Greg Glassman was over in China for the CrossFit China affiliates gathering. With the amount of people out there, the emerging market, you can see why. But here's where I just don't understand it at this current point. For me, what it feels like is that CrossFit, since these changes have been announced, have literally just gone completely away from the CrossFit Games and really caring too much about them. I mean, the CrossFit community have been waiting for a rulebook for 2 to 3 to 4 months. The only information that we've really got has been leaked information by Greg Glassman to random sources and nothing really official from CrossFit. And it seems just like the focus has completely shifted on its head towards health. Don't get me wrong, mental and physical health is such an important thing and it's such a big aspect of CrossFit, but it just seems like the dynamic has gone from one extreme to the other real quick. I don't know, maybe just this is me analysing things, but if you look at the YouTube channel of CrossFit, all of the highest viewed videos are those of the CrossFit Games. The recent ones that they've put out with CrossFit Health get nowhere near those views, and I think media are super important for marketing. well, it is. It's like the most important thing in the whole entire world. Like if you want to market something, you've got to get the media right. Basically, the videos that kind of Herber and Mars and CrossFit created around the games got so many hits, so many views, and probably, I mean, if you're watching this right now, do let me know down in the comments below, but inspired so many people to get into CrossFit and lead a healthier life. Don't get me wrong, a lot of people do get in it for the health reasons and then usually stick around because they freaking love it and enjoy it and find a community there and a love for the pain that we shouldn't love, but we're narcissists, so it's great. But just in my personal opinion, I hope CrossFit don't literally just go away from that, and that we still get a hell of a lot of content from that side of things, the CrossFit Games side of things, and don't literally ram health down our throats because we know the health benefits. I've met so many people along this 2.5, 3 years of doing CrossFit and the journey of YouTube that it's literally impacted their life and changed it for the better. Disease, illness, mentally and physically stronger, and battles, but just, I think, you know, do the super cool videos, do some health videos, show that there's a balance. What are your thoughts? I want to know your thoughts down below on this. Maybe these firings may be a good thing and that we may actually see more content from different places and different creators. Do you think that CrossFit has now gone too health orientated? I don't know. What do you think, Matt?
The hard work pays off.
And to that, I say, see you in the next news. This may have just completely ended, just gone, and you've gone, what? But, okay, cool.